Okay. Hello and welcome. This is Marilyn Caporini, and I'm back today on episode number 8. And this is when you know better, you can do better. So I'm looking forward to sharing with you today on how you can clean your fruits and vegetables to protect you and your family of different pesticides and herbicides that may be on our foods that we're not even aware of. So I want to give you a visual of what do you do when you come home from the grocery. And I got some cherry tomatoes here I just picked up at the grocery. So I'm just going to give you an example of what you can do to clean your food. So we will scooch this down here. And what I have, except can you see that? Okay. All right, cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is take some of these tomatoes, and I'll put just a few in one of these cups, and the rest in the other. Okay, and what we're going to do is I got some tap water here because before I knew better, I would come home and I'd turn my tap water on and I'd gotta wash our fruits and vegetables, right? So that's what I did. So I'm gonna give you an example of our tap water on these tomatoes. And then I have a 11.5 high alkaline water. And this comes right out of a Japanese kitchen appliance that you can use to clean your fruits and vegetables. So I'm going to pour that on these tomatoes here, okay? And we'll let those sit for just a minute. So while that's happening, let me share with you what a high 11 pH water can do. So I have a sesame seed oil here, and I'm going to I use this just because it's dark so you can see it better, but I'm going to put a little bit of sesame seed oil in 1 cup, and I'll put sesame seed oil in another, and put the lid on there. And so when we take our tap water and we put it in the sesame seed oil, you can begin to see that oil and water don't mix, right? We learned that in 7th grade science class. So now what I want to share with you is what happens when you change the pH of a water. This is the 11.5 high pH water that we were just talking about. Amazing. Can you see that? Look, that literally emulsified that sesame seed oil. Here is our, put against my dark stripe here, our tap water. And here is our 11.5. So now we literally have a water that can emulsify oil. Well, what does that mean to our fruits and vegetables? Let me show you. We will take, okay, put this up here out of the way for a minute. And we can take our tap water here. Okay, because we want to wash our tomatoes, right? Now, let's take our, what I call our Kangen Water tomatoes. This is the tomatoes that were cleaned in our 11.5 water, right? So let's pour it here. And now, can you see the difference on camera of the color of the water? So here is our tomatoes that were cleaned in the 11.5. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. And then I have an assistant here, Elena. So
let me put it closer. So that's
clear,
that's the tap water.
That's tap water, thank you.
And that's
the Kangen 11.5 water.
very yellow. Very yellow.
Yes. So I ask you, what is that yellow? It's both the same source water, right? It's just one's come right out of the tap and one's run through a machine that changes the pH. So what do you think this is?
The oil pesticides, isn't it?
Pesticides and herbicides that's on all our fruits and vegetables that the farmers have to put on so the fruits and vegetables don't disintegrate in the fields, so when it rains it doesn't wash off. So we have never had a water before in this country to protect us from the pesticides and herbicides that's on our food until this technology came, and now we have a way of making a huge difference in cleaning our fruits and vegetables. So if I could ask my assistant, yay, let me introduce to you, drumroll, this is Elena.
Hello.
And she's here today because I asked her if she would just take one of these tomatoes. This is the tap water. So if you would just take one tap water tomato.
So you want to poison me? Just kidding, I'll eat
for
one.
a minute.
Just for a minute, okay, I'll eat one. I just want a little one. Okay, just a little poison.
All right, see, when you know better, you can do better. She knows better. Okay, and now that's a tap. Oh, I should have done it differently, but okay. This is the Kangen. So I just want to see if she could give us her feedback on if you can tell a difference in the taste.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
So what are you tasting with this?
One tastes like it came from our home garden that we have, and one tastes like it came from the store. Yes. So one's clean, one's not. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you. So, just so you don't have to take my opinion, it's awesome to have a guest to help and experience this as well. So, we wonder why we have so much sickness and disease in this country. We've been eating pesticides and herbicides that we thought we'd been getting them off when we wash them from the tap, which we hadn't. So, anyway, that's one way that we can clean our fruits and vegetables. And the other, what I wanted to show you real quickly is, let's say you're going to make mashed potatoes. Let's say you're going to put some water on and boil your rice. Or, I'm Italian, so make my pasta. So, I got the potato here, and I want to show you what happens. So, what we're going to do is put some tap water in here, and then this is our special water that came out of the machine. This is Kangen water. This is just drinking water, but now you have a healthy drinking water, but one also that you can cook with. So, what we'll do is I have what these are called are chlorine tester drops, kind of like if you had a pool, you would use pH tester drops for the pool. Well, this shows how much chlorine is in our tap water. So both of these came from the same faucet, the same source. I just wanted to let you know that. But one went through the machine and one came straight out of the faucet. So I'm going to put some drops in each one of these. And so that you know what you're looking at, what we're going to do is let you see what we've got here is the darker yellow, the more chlorine that's in our water. Again, here is our Kangen water, but this literally is the same water, but this is our tap. And it just shows how much chlorine is in our water. So what happens is when our tap water goes through this machine, literally cleans, and our food tastes 100% better. But you're also protecting yourself from chlorination. So who would have thought, okay, that drinking chlorine over the years, we have the American Cancer Association and Dr. Dean Burke from the National Cancer Institute has told us that chlorine is a higher chance of getting cancer and oxidation of cholesterol in our bodies. Well, in addition to that, we have what we call the chlorine, the U.S. Council of Environmental Quality And that department has also said that the cancer risk for people who drink chlorinated water is up 93%. The chances of getting cancer is up 93% higher than those who do not. So we now have a way to protect ourselves and offset degenerative disease. So let me share with you, as far as cooking, we come home, we're going to make some mashed potatoes, we're going to turn on our tap water, which we did, and we're going to, remember this is our tap water and this is our Kangen water. We're going to take some mashed potatoes, make some mashed potatoes, but we're going to take a potato and put in our tap water so you can begin to have a visual of what happens, whether it's pasta, rice, potatoes, or soups. Oh my gosh, your vegetable soups will taste 100% better when you have clean water. So, if you can begin to see what's happening here, what I want to ask you now, that's our Kangen water, this is our tap, right? So, now what I want to ask you is, where did all that chlorine go?
Oh my God.
So, can you guess, Elena?
Is it in the potatoes?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So now, all that chlorine that they're putting in our municipal water to protect us, you know how yellow it was a minute ago? Now look at that same water. So, here it's all in our food. So that's why we can protect ourselves, because not only when we're cleaning our fruits and vegetables are porous. And so you turn on your tap and it's infiltrated with all this chlorine and absorbs it, right? But then when you cook with it, literally absorbs all those toxins in our food. So this is just another example of how when you know better, you can do better, that you now has a kitchen appliance that you can turn on the faucet and you have beautiful, clean, safe drinking water at your fingertips. So it's just, this is just one example of what you can do for your foods, all right? But what I do is this, I put this 11.5 that we saw that emulsified oil and got that off the fruits and vegetables. I put this 11.5 in a spray atomizer. So now I have a degreaser. Now I can use this to, if it takes pesticides and herbicides and oil-based off our fruits and vegetables, we can use it as a degreaser cleaner in our kitchen as well. So when you know better, you can do better. We have the opportunity to clean our fruits and vegetables like never before, and we have a way to protect ourselves from the contaminants and now cook with clean, safe drinking water. And what, last but not least, see how that chlorine went into those potatoes? Well, guess what? The skin is the largest organ of our body. And guess what? And we turn on our shower or our tub and it's filling up with chlorinated water. Guess what happens? Our body's absorbing that just like these potatoes did. It's unbelievable. So remember, the percentage of 93% people that have cancer is a higher rate than those who have not had chlorine in their life. So we've got it in our food and in our showers and tubs. So when you know better, you can do better. There is an answer. So I look forward to seeing you next week on episode number 10, where I have a friend of mine. Her name is Daria Dillard-Stone, and she's going to come and share with you how this water has affected her health, her life, and how she's implemented it in her life as well. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to next week. Marilyn Caporini, when you know better, you'll do better.